You know, I kind of see it now.
Rewatch it with a different perspective and you'll see.
Like, hey,
Especially when
Miss Honey.
she's first respect her.
I'm kidding.
That's my line.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hey, Miss Honey.
Hello, and welcome to the Lost and Faded podcast, where we get faded and lost into whatever movie I'm filming for the week. This week, Matilda, with me, your host, Byron, my co-host, Colleen, and the
Hi.
guest for this episode, Mia.
Hello.
Yay.
Welcome, Mia.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
This is such a good movie. It reminded me of my childhood.
Yes, it's a great nostalgic movie.
Throws you right back.
Yeah, I feel like I watched this like all the time when I was a kid.
We had a VCR.
I feel like we probably did too, because I just remember that ribbon, and I wanted a little red ribbon.
I almost bought one just for this, honestly.
I put my hair in braids as the second best.
How do you feel about the overall plot before we get into like the details of the cast and everything?
I feel like it has a good message. I love that like Danny DeVito directed it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Mara Wilson, that's who plays Matilda. I'm pretty sure she had like a complicated family relationship or dynamic. So Danny DeVito and his wife, like, I don't know if they actually took her in.
Her mom had cancer actually during the showing, and then they knew that she wasn't gonna make it like till the end, and so Danny DeVito made sure that they had a copy, and so she was able to see like the unedited copy before she passed away.
Damn.
And I know that like Danny DeVito and his wife, I can't think of her name right now.
Isn't his wife the lady, like the wife
the
of
wife
her
in the
life?
movie.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Oh, damn.
Byron's learning everything right now. It's like, this is my podcast. I didn't even know.
Oh, like, we need to start doing some more research.
But like they took care of Mara Wilson and like made sure I don't know if they took guardianship of her or what.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, correct me if I'm
It's
wrong.
kind of
but-
like synonymous with the movie, which is a little crazy. Even though her parents weren't
Have you
evil.
ever seen like he does the live like not reenactments, but where you like read out the TV? What's it called? Narration. He does like the live narrations to like the music along with the live showing of the movie.
shit.
He only does them in New York, but like that's a bucket list. For
I would
me.
love that.
I would cry the whole time.
Sobbing.
All right, so as I roll up, we can get into the cast. Sit back, roll up, and relax as we talk about this very heartwarming movie. Start with Matilda.
She's so cute.
Love
So
her.
cute.
She's just a little munchkin and like you just feel so bad for her. Like, okay, having a bad day yesterday, right? Was watching the movie.
Absolutely.
Start sobbing when it's like she learned how to do what most people learn how to do by 30, and I was like I'm like, this poor baby.
That's like first 10 minutes.
And
I know.
It's just amazing
Before
to
it's
me
even Mara Wilson.
that like no one, like forget her parents, but like no one in like the public, anybody like stood up. Like you could tell like the librarian like noticed like, oh, like she's young, but she was like 3 or 4, like literally just wandering the streets
Literally.
and no one stopped.
I literally where's your mom?
Like
She's
yeah,
at bingo.
nobody.
Also, who goes to bingo every day?
A gambler.
She's walking 10 blocks.
You're not
too.
wrong. I know.
10 blocks.
Yes.
For her little legs every day.
Nice detail. And like there's that scene where the semi like pulls up right next to her and she's like in a crowd of people, like not one person. Like so it was nice for her to finally, you know, be noticed. Like
Yeah.
by Miss Honey. You know, someone finally took the time.
Even though she had to beg to be in school.
Yeah.
And her going to
crazy.
the library, oh, so cute.
Yeah. Filling a little wagon with books. And then the dad being like, you're going to watch TV with your family. Forces her to watch TV.
At the beginning too, I noticed when I watched it this last time, when she's young and she's like flipping through the magazines or whatever at home, all the advertisements are for that Sticky TV show that they watch like in the magazine.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they all say like, "Come watch Sticky," like, "Come get Sticky."
I don't like that show.
Watching this
And then they
movie
watch
as
it later.
an adult, you realize there's more innuendos than when you were a
Yes,
kid.
no, absolutely, yeah.
But Matilda, I just feel like protective of her. You know?
Yes.
Dude, her acting is phenomenal.
She's so
It's
good.
really good in this. I'm
Very
like,
talented.
you're like acting really like smart and like she just knows what she wants to do.
Yes.
Well, even like the way she just talks and holds herself. She's like, her dad grabs the book. What's this? It's a book. Where'd you get this from? The library. Like, she's very
Yeah.
matter of fact and like, it's just
I feel like it's because she had no other choice but to. Like that was her only like option, in life to be able to stand up and be her own person was.
And I do like the little detail that they have when her dad is like, that's what happens when people are like bad or whatever, and he meant to say children. But then she realized she could get her own revenge on her parents. Absolutely. And I was like, just like,
yes,
with the peroxide for the hair and the glue.
Wild.
Yeah. Also, her just being, they're cops with the freaking FBI agent
doesn't believe her. Like that speaks it all.
Shake my head. How do you guys feel about her parents?
They're chaotic.
They're interesting for sure. I love the mom. Like, I know I'm not supposed to love the mom. Like, I know nobody's supposed to love the mom.
I know.
But I kind of want to beat her for Halloween. Like,
that would be a great costume.
Her outfit's killing it. Like, I have to admit. But that, like, really portrays who she is as a person. Like, takes more time into her self-appearance and bingo and gambling and all that stuff than her own daughter.
She does not want to be anywhere near her kids.
No.
But I feel like still there's so many parents that are like that today.
Yeah.
As sad as it is to say.
That's what this equivalent of sticking an iPad in front of your kids now. It's just a different type of neglect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, why do you guys even have another kid?
Seriously, my God. Throw her in the bag.
Literally in the beginning when she's in her baby seat, I'm like, what the fuck?
And then they're complaining about how it was $8.50 to have her at the hospital. And then they go on to continue how they spend like $10,000 in car parts. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. See where your priorities lie.
Yeah. You was finessing those people on those cars.
Or the sawdust.
I was like, oh my God.
But like, I'm an expert. Like, can you, not for my own personal gain, but can you actually do that? Like, where you put the drill in and like turn the numbers backwards?
I think that was a thing.
Is that a thing?
I think they stopped it though.
That was for like the kind that were like the actual like little dials.
That like blows me away. I wonder how many people like in real life actually had that happen.
Well, remember, have you ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah.
They were like, put it in reverse and then hit the gas and like, it'll put the miles back. Which I don't think that actually works. Right. But yeah, so.
What a crook.
Yeah. But I mean, he is.
Also, love his insults. I'm sorry, I didn't even cut you off. But love his insults. Yes. Can we, like, all the insults actually in the show, hate to admit it, but like they have great name calling without cussing. Mm-hmm. Like twit,
it's very witty,
very unused. Love that one. We need to bring back twit.
Yeah.
I would get mad if I was called a twit. I'd be like, are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
Who are you calling a twit?
Yeah, literally.
It's just a very creative movie. And the characters are really creative and like it's just super fun to watch, and it's fun when you're a kid and it's fun when you're an adult because it's nostalgic. But even like I said, there were things that definitely went over my head when I was a kid, like the mom talking on the phone about how so-and-so was having an affair and she got her tits done and like all this stuff. But like, you didn't know that that's what she was talking about when she, like, you're a kid. So I just thought that was fun, like creative, and it's a good way to make it fun for the parents when they're watching it too. Mm-hmm.
You know who's not fun?
Miss Trunchbull.
Oh, yeah. Literally the worst person.
Yes.
I love when they call her that.
Them naming her moves. What was it? The javelin.
Yeah, she was an Olympian. Yeah, that's why she wore the sweatshirt.
Track, like
the javelin, the hammer throw, and the shot put.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Diva.
I love her. She's like my favorite character of all time.
She scares me.
She's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Down to the beginning, like she just, your first impression of her is just a shadow, and I'm like, I don't like this. You know, when he comes home and says, Matilda, you're going to school at this place, I'm like, uh-oh.
Absolutely. After selling her a car?
Literally.
Knowing it's fucked up. Yeah. He's like, it's not gonna come back at my daughter. It's all cool.
I don't think he would care anyway. Like, honestly. Like,
why didn't she just go and beat the shit out of him?
Honestly, don't.
She just really hates kids, I guess.
Yeah, it was more forced.
She talks about being like she's like, oh, I would love, school with no kids. And you're like, well, then don't be a principal.
But she was like, I despise children. I'm glad I was never one.
Yes.
What?
I'm like,
who's this lady?
But honestly, like that part kind of makes me feel bad for her. Like, I hope that she had an okay childhood, not me being the empath, but like.
I can't feel bad for her.
No, I'm not with the chokey. Like
the chokey, she's a murderer.
Yeah, she might be a murderer.
I don't know how that part just like went over.
I literally forgot about it until I rewatched it. I was like, oh my god. I was like, how did they get Miss Trunchbull out of out of town, and I was like, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that
So
part.
like my dad just mysteriously died. And
Yeah.
they
Matilda goes, I don't think he killed himself. And Miss Honey goes, I don't think he did either.
said, oh, like damn. Okay.
We need a sequel where Miss Honey goes rogue. Like,
Miss Honey is a lesbian.
okay, yes. Can we talk about that real quick? How that is every woman's sexual awakening. Like Miss Honey,
Yeah.
she's just so motherly and like sweet and kind.
My mommy
it?
issues are shown.
Yes, like this is like a thing, like on the internet, like for I mean, obviously.
I when I was younger, I was like, she's so pretty. I want to live with her too.
I was even telling my boyfriend last night, and he was like, "Honestly, I get it. Like, I see it. Like, her
she's so
outfits.
gentle. Like she can gentle
Yes.
parent me.
But she's just so she's just so kind. Like, there's no
Yeah.
Her outfits are tea. Like, she just
She's
gives,
so cute.
She almost gives like Caitlin Clark vibes, but like back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. She's just sweet, kind, beautiful. But every person wants like the love
Literally.
to feel like in their life. Yeah.
You know, I kind of see it now. Just
Rewatch it with a different perspective, and you'll see.
I'm like, hey,
Especially when
Miss
she's
Honey.
first respect her.
I'm kidding.
That's
You like respect her.
that's my line.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hey, Miss Honey. She was a diva.
I wonder
I
where
loved
she's
her.
at now. The actress. What does she
wonder
look like
too.
now? I mean,
Probably
hit
gorgeous.
me up, girl. Like, probably still mothering somebody.
Looking like a MILF.
Hopefully.
No, literally.
Probably. What are we talking about?
Miss Honey.
When did this movie come out? Also, how old would she be now? Like, just for
It
statistics.
was in 96.
I'm gonna feel so bad if I'm like talking about a woman in a nursing home.
Yeah, 1996.
So how old do we think she was?
probably
I mean,
in her
like 20s. So she's probably like in her 40s now.
Okay. MILF.
Yeah. See,
Work.
Hey.
here for it.
But yeah. She's a great character.
No,
and
she is.
She helps Matilda see the world in another perspective because obviously her parents shut her out so like severely. So she shows her like, no, adults do get scared, and like, you know, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now because I'm stoned, but
Do you think without Miss Honey, Matilda might have been wilding with her powers?
oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It would have been like Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Carrie's like what happened if Matilda.
Yes.
Interesting. Carrie versus Matilda. That's the sequel.
That would be crazy.
That's crazy.
That would be a watch.
That would be.
Yeah. We need that to happen.
But Matilda, when
Danny
she's a
DeVito,
kid,
you know what to do.
No, they both can be adults. So it's equal because if Matilda's a kid.
No, that's a superhero movie I would
yeah.
watch.
yeah.
All right, I finished rolling up so we can get into the faded talk. Let's talk about the family dynamic because there's a lot going on with this family.
That fuck ass brother.
I was just gonna say, I feel like he's gonna turn out just like the dad.
Oh, absolutely.
He's
the
one of
dad
those
raising him
families.
to be like a mini him.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Like,
I mean, he even followed them to Guam, like no question. Like he was just in the backseat chilling.
I'll be an only child again.
Yeah, he was
it's
fine.
like, Jesus Christ.
It's bad. Which I'm like, Matilda is the sweetest little girl ever.
Yeah.
Why are they so mean to her?
They literally, like, she literally does nothing to them other than, like, secretly bully the dad.
Yes.
But other than that, she's just, like, to herself.
She's
breathing.
entitled to do
But like
that.
even as a baby, like they didn't appreciate her. Like when she wrote the spinach, just like erased it.
Yeah. You're supposed to eat it, not play in it. I'm like, okay, also why is she sitting on the counter
Right.
writing in her spinach? Baby
Her whole
fool.
name, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't watch your kid while they eat.
Or at all.
I'm like, okay, so the cops saw that Matilda was being like left home alone every day, right? Hypothetically.
Yeah, because they were there every
Why
day.
didn't they call CPS?
It was the 90s.
Yeah, this was the
was like-
no, that's literally it.
Matilda was like 6.5.
I know, I'm just saying.
No, that's literally it. Yeah, it was the
But,
night.
like-
Plus, they were worried more about the stolen car, but you know the LMEI. They probably weren't. They were like, we got bigger
Also-
fish to fry.
Shout out Paul Rubens. That's the guy that plays Pee Wee
Yeah,
Herman.
it is, I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, I knew he looked familiar. I was looking at
I was wondering that too. That makes sense.
Yeah, I forgot he was in it until I rewatched.
I almost thought it was Alan Cumming. I was like, that's Alan Cumming. He
No,
looks
that's the guy that
similar.
plays flute.
I know. I was like, they
Okay.
look, I know my actors.
Okay, well, not. You thought it was Alan.
I was just saying I thought it looked like him.
What were we just talking about?
The family.
Yeah,
the
family dynamics,
Family, yeah, they are toxic as hell.
They're the worst.
It
Always
would not fly
leaving
today.
their what are they called? The microwave dinners in front of the TV.
Yeah.
With their little TV trays.
Matilda never had one.
No, she was
reading a
she
book.
never had dinner either.
No, it's fucked.
I'm like, but she was cooking up better food for herself anyways.
And you know, she had to learn that just by watching, because like before she even learned about the library, she was whipping herself up food in the kitchen.
Literally.
What an intelligent queen.
Maybe she kind of taught herself how to read out, like from the magazines, right?
Yeah.
But also from like cookbooks.
That's true. Or just the box. I didn't even think about that.
That too.
I really like that they focus more on her like being smart than her having powers.
Yes,
I
me
like
too.
that dynamic.
Because knowledge is power.
Yeah. You hear that, kids? No
That's
kids
true.
are watching this.
Kids better not.
No, they shouldn't.
Well,
be
and that is
watching
when her
show.
powers kind of started, was when she went to school. So, like, you're honestly onto something. Like, I feel like that's probably, I mean, her anger triggered it too, but she was angry her whole life. Like,
Yeah. And like down to, I feel like what triggered her anger was the fact that she was seen by Miss Honey, but she wasn't able to be seen by her family.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know some, like, other people out there understand me. Like, I'm able to make friends. I'm friends with Lavender. Like, you know,
Lavender was so sweet.
she's such a cutie.
Yes.
Like, they're so
When
cute.
she was like hanging for the bars and then Matilda dropped her down, she was like, I didn't know I could do that.
I know. I was like,
Oh.
me. That's what I would say, though. I'd be like, I have powers.
Yes, no, exactly. Also love how none of the other kids made fun of her for being smart. Can we just add that in there?
Yes.
I'm like really, really proud of them in that.
Well, because
aspect.
they all had camaraderie, because
Yeah.
Miss
Trunchbull
Trunchbull
was
was
so awful,
fucking
yeah.
terrifying.
Oh my god, she was the worst. She threw at least 3 kids in this movie. Maybe 4. She threw 2 of them out the window.
Yeah, the pigtails, the one out the window, and then the one at the end, right? Yeah, I think it was 3.
Yeah. There might have been another one. She might have thrown 2 kids at that ending part. She was wilding.
I know one other time, it was when she threw the girl with pigtails, or did she throw her again? When she picked up all the flowers.
She threw her once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
because
because
then she slid, and then everybody cheered, and they made her go inside.
And then she gave Miss Honey the flowers.
Dude, who let her have a school, first of all? Like, she's just doing whatever in that school.
By your guys' logic, it was the 90s.
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. It wasn't.
Probably had money. She was an Olympian too, so they probably like
Yeah, true.
were like, oh, she's a top cookie.
She's one of those, like, gym teachers that sneaks into the administration. Where you're like, how did you get up there?
Yeah.
She's a principal with this crazy ass closet.
Doesn't Miss Honey get made the principal at the end?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Thank God.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Which they said that made kids not want to leave school, so they built a secondary school, which I was like, does that mean like a junior high, or does that mean like a college?
Like now Miss Honey has a lot on her plate. Like
Miss Honey can't teach everybody.
right.
Can we talk about the cake scene? I don't know why. When I was a kid, I hated that scene. Like, it was like
made me
nightmare.
nauseous.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I still want to try that cake though. I'm not gonna.
No,
lie.
it looks so good.
No, I want to try it.
I know
so
I would
bad.
have one bite of it and be like, this is way too rich.
Also, I quote that scene so often in my day. Like whenever I eat a ton, I'm like, Bruce, Bruce, Bruce. Like I feel so proud of myself.
You just imagine Matilda, go Brucey!
I'm glad they were cheering along.
When he licks the plate, I love that for it. Like that's like the ultimate F you to like
Yeah.
Trunchbull.
He grew up to be one of those like food challenge people.
Yes, no, absolutely.
He grew up to
Mukbang
be
now.
Guy Fieri.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Love that guy.
How do you feel about Trunchbull's relationship with Miss Honey?
She's fucked.
Yeah, it's weird.
She's an evil bitch.
Yeah.
She broke her arm before.
That was crazy when
Yeah.
she said that. I was like,
She
And from everybody too. Like that's
used to take Miss
bold.
Honey's. Okay, so first of all, Miss Honey probably had a suspicion. Hey, you killed my dad, which Miss Trunchbull definitely did because they
Yeah.
heavily implied it. So
Yeah.
it's like she did.
She did.
it was like
absolutely.
months after she showed up, like 6 months.
Yeah, and like then she's gonna kill your dad, okay? And then she's gonna take the chocolate and like things that remind you of him.
Much too good for children. I like that part. The way she like moves her nasty teeth. Much too good for children. I also say that quite frequently when I eat chocolate.
I love it.
You can't eat a truffle without saying that. I love it.
she's just like showing down to the small details how mean and evil she is. And Miss Honey is like still so I can't talk today, guys. Sorry.
It's okay.
Miss Honey is still so scared of her.
Yes.
Which is like super sad because it's like she's probably like, shit, what if I'm next?
Yeah, true.
Like,
oh damn, yeah, she's been sitting here just like scared that she's
they'll be like, oh, she was alone, like she wasn't married and didn't have any kids, she just killed herself.
She was a lesbian.
Literally.
in her little cottage.
Come on. Like, screaming.
Literally, where she has flowers all over.
It's just
Happy Pride.
Stars align. No, literally. That's on a better day.
Happy Pride to Miss Honey.
And Miss Honey only. She deserves to shine this year.
Yes.
Truly, every year.
Miss Trunchbull is just so awful, and Miss Honey is kind of probably what Matilda would have been like as an adult if she didn't get away from her family.
Probably,
Yeah, I agree.
Damn. Miss Honey just doesn't have the powers that Matilda has.
Yeah, like she's very timid and like doesn't speak unless spoken to pretty much, and it's just like, I'm just gonna keep to myself. I'm gonna teach my kids. The only reason I'm not leaving is because I am passionate about what I do.
They're each like their missing puzzle piece that they needed. Like, she's the strong side to her that she was missing, and then Miss Honey, you know, she needed Matilda.
Yeah, Matilda was like, I'll get that toy for you. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Also, how did she not get caught? Like, she just throws the doll behind her back. Like, there's no way that Miss Trunchbull wouldn't have seen that when she
Like,
pulled
you
up.
couldn't sniff that out.
No, literally,
She sniffs everything
sniffed
out.
the hair ribbon and the box of chocolates, but you can't smell the doll.
Matilda, babe, you need more than one ribbon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
honestly.
if you went to school with a ribbon in your hand the next day that was still red, you would have been like, alibi.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, she's crazy. I mean, she's still crazy.
Yeah, she's scary.
Yeah.
But
Miss Honey is nice despite it all, though. Like, honestly, like, for all that she's been through, like, props to her for still being such a sweetheart. I would be taking revenge, like, day 2.
oh yeah.
But when she got Matilda out of the chokey, I was like, thank God.
There is some little plot holes where it's like, okay, well, Miss Trunchbull definitely would have noticed her.
And
leaving
she would
classroom.
have freaked out. Like, there's no way, like, she would have
Matilda
gotten
getting
out the window.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, she did notice, I think.
I know, but she like,
It was kind of like a not really noticing in the beginning, and then she acknowledges it like 2 minutes later.
yeah.
Yeah, that is part a kind of weird spot. Did you guys like Matilda's revenge on her?
Yeah,
How could you not?
I like how she learned to channel her powers, you know? She used rage at first, but then she learned how to do it beyond that. Yeah.
She was using it in a smart way. She wasn't just like, she could just toss her around if she wanted to.
Literally.
I like how Miss Honey, though, at the end, like, taught her to use her powers, like, only, you know, when necessary. Like, I mean, she made the joke, like, with the book or whatever, like, come here. But, like, you know, she says she barely uses them anymore, which I feel like is good. Like, you know, that it's not, like, teaching her to use them for everything. Yeah. It's not like this is a real case scenario, but, like, if that were a real thing, like, obviously, like, our powers would have to be limited. Like, otherwise, I would be using them for everything. I know I would.
I'd be
Yeah, I would be.
like, oh shit, I don't want to
Like
get
AI and stuff. Like, I don't want to do the work. Like, let me just type it in real quick and we'll be good.
I wouldn't touch the ground anymore.
Me either. I'd be flying everywhere. Like,
I'd be doing freaky shit. People would be like, what, like, this girl is an anomaly. And I'd be like doing weird haunting shit. I'd be like, and like flying in the air. And like,
Flying along with it. Like,
yeah.
I'd be doing like the move that she does like in the garage where she like moves the box over just like slightly to the left. Oh, that would fuck so many people that way. You got to be quicker than that. Like, I'd be pulling everything away from people. Like, right as they're about to grab it. Or like their chairs.
Be like, Mia, stop.
Like, that'd be so cool.
So overall, what did you guys like about the movie?
I like the messaging in it. And there's like a lot of like morals to the story in this movie too, which I feel like is good. Like, knowledge is power. And like, choose kindness, and like, kindness will find you. But like, honestly, it's kind of like what goes around comes around, and like, and it's okay to get a little revenge sometimes if people are treating you really badly, as long as it's not like harmful.
Just playful revenge.
Yeah.
Torment them a little bit.
Absolutely.
If your dad's abusive, you can glue a hat to his head. I said what I said.
And still get a piece of cake at the end.
Yeah. What about you, Mia?
Honestly, I love the characters and like their attention to detail with every little aspect of the movie. Like I know I was telling you guys about the sweatshirt earlier. Like that just really adds to like her evilness, like Miss Trunchbull, like her background. I love, the background of Miss Honey. And then they show Matilda, who I'm sure a lot of us can relate to in one way or another. Some of us probably have like lives that are exactly like her, where your parents are gone and you have to learn how to fend on your own. So I feel like that shows like a lot of young girls or young kids that, you can do your own. And books. I love the fact that the library, that's important. Visit your local library.
Yes.
I really like the direction of this movie. They had a lot of good angles, like close-ups and everything.
Yes. They always get right up in Miss Trunchbull's lips, which I love.
Yeah.
Like,
even when she was spinning that girl with the pigtails around, that was a good scene.
Yeah, I saw behind the scenes of that, and it was like super funny just to watch. And then Danny DeVito's the director, so like after he's like, "You did such a good job, sweetheart," like,
I hope he lives forever.
Yeah, he's a treasure. So what would you guys get for this movie? I rank it in like bong rips. How many bong rips?
I like to be stoned for this movie. I would say like a good 7.
Okay, I vibe with that.
Because it's just fun and nostalgic. What about you, Mia?
I would say a good 7, a 7.5, 8. I agree. I don't know. I'm a big Matilda fan though, so like I'm kind of biased. I am.
You said I could quote the movie anyways, so
Tyler was probably sick of me by the end of the movie because I literally could say every single thing. Like it was. Also my favorite part. Let me just add that in there. I love when the dad is like, "I am big and you are small. I am right and you are wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it." Like I love that part because I feel like like not to diss my dad or anything. Like love you, dad, but like. I feel like every parent, like in frustration or whatever, has said that at some point.
Yeah.
So it's just refreshing to see who, like, a child perceived as how a child sees them. So I don't know. It was a great, relatable movie. I feel like nostalgia really plays a role in it. Like, especially like I said, the little details, like even their car, like what they wear, like what they're doing. Like I feel like that all brings you right back to the
good station wagon.
It holds up really well. It does. Like, I feel like this movie, it doesn't need to be rebooted or anything. You can always go back to it.
They made, like, the Matilda the musical. Do not recommend. Oh. And I'm a big musical fan. Like, don't get me wrong.
I haven't seen it still.
It just wasn't it. Can't lie. That was, like, a two-bound rant. The book, fantastic also. Like, going against the library things. But how do you say his name? Roald Dahl? He has such a complicated name.
Remember.
I always wanted to call it Ronald.
I thought it was Ronald Dahl.
No, it's like Roald. Like there's no N in it. But whatever his name is.
Probably Roald.
He must have had a really messed up childhood. Like,
because what else did he write?
Bless his soul. He wrote like James and the Giant Peach, I want to say. And
I think he did.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I was going to say, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
There was a witches one, I think he did. I forgot what it was called.
He has a lot of good ones, but I have read Matilda, and it's very good. And I feel like they didn't leave out many details from the book either. No. Like, it was a great, I don't know, what do you want to call that? Like, fade into the movie. Like,
adaptation.
It was, yeah, thank you. That was a good word. Matilda would be proud.
All right, so thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy. Bye.
Bye. Bye.